Hi guys, and welcome back to another Tech Minds video. So here we have another new handheld radio from Radioddity. Now this is the GS-10B, and this time it is supposed to support the 1.25 meter band along with the 2 meter and 70 centimeter handband. It has Bluetooth for app programming and it's supposed to output 8 watts of RF. It can receive airband using AM and it can receive all the way down to 18 MHz. However, there is no SSB support. It's either AM or FM for receive and FM only for transmit. The usual accessories are supplied, including a spy-style earpiece with microphone, and the included battery comes with a capacity of 2500 mAh and it can be charged independently from the radio using a USB-C cable, which is actually provided along with a wall mains adapter. Now, taking a closer look at the radio, the function buttons, including that numeric keypad, are of a decent size. Now, I personally don't like it when the buttons are really small on radios and they're really close together. Sometimes it makes it difficult for direct frequency entry. Now, down the left side of the radio, you'll find a button labelled as 1. That is a PTT button with a fixed function to transmit on VFO A. Now, button 2 is actually user programmable. You can either program it to PTT VFO B or change its function to things like TX power or turn on the broadcast receiver, etc. Now the same is for that smaller black button below 2. This is user programmable for fast recalling from those useful features. Down the right side is the usual Kenwood style speaker mic socket, which can be also used for computer programming. However, there was no programming cable supplied in the box because programming can be performed using an app on your mobile device over Bluetooth. Now on the top there's an SMA socket for the antenna, a continuous rotary control for changing frequency or changing memory, and then there's an on and off stroke volume control. Now interesting though, the sticker on the rear on the main chassis there, it does not mention transmit capabilities on the 1.25 meter band, which is 220 MHz, but the website specifications do. So I think we're going to have to check that out later in the video. But the battery just slides and clips into place on the rear, and the included antenna just screws into that SMA socket on the top of the radio. Turning on the radio, we're presented with that black background and a familiar looking user interface with 2 VFOs shown. Now it does have 2 VFOs as shown on the screen, but only one can really be operated at any given time. It does, however, have the dual watch feature that we've seen on other radios before. And the menu looks exactly the same as other models that we've seen in the past, and it really does baffle me as to why so many handheld radios are released that are practically the same. Most of them do have a very small subtle change, but never anything major. I guess it keeps me in business though, making these videos so you guys can see what's out there, and if you really want to buy the radio or not. And the side buttons can be programmed to change things like power levels and enabling the FM broadcast receiver, like I mentioned a moment ago. Now you can obviously change those buttons and how they work using the menu within the radio itself, or the software on your app or mobile device, or the software on your computer. Now talking of programming, you can use this application. You just need to make sure you have Bluetooth enabled on your radio and obviously on your mobile device before attempting to connect. Now once in the application, you can choose the GS-10B from the list of radios under Radioddity, connect and then pull back the current settings to the app. You can then go ahead and create your channels, memories, repeaters, and configure the radio how you wish within the settings tab. You can then send all these back to the radio using Bluetooth, which to be fair is actually quite quick. Now the app does have a repeater function in it, which could potentially recall local repeaters, but they have to be entered into the app before they show up by users. Now I did add GB3VA, which is a VHF repeater, nearby to me, but it did not appear in the list when searching after I added it. Now it's possible there's a verification process that has to happen before any user submitted repeaters are approved for mass consumption. Now received audio is not too bad in my opinion. With the front facing speaker, it can be turned up relatively quite loud before it distorts.
My name's Greg, Golf Romeo Echo Golf, and I'm based over in Bletchley. Out of interest, whereabouts are you located? Oh, nice to meet you, Paul. Yeah, Great Barford. That's is that where there's a power station over that way? I think, like gas-fired power station on the way to Huntingdon or somewhere like that.
Also, the transmitted audio from the GS-10B Well, that sounds a bit like this.
This is M0DQW testing the transmission audio on the Radioddity GS-10B. This is M0DQW testing the transmitted audio on the Radioddity GS-10B. This is M0DQW testing the transmitted audio on the Radioddity GS-10B with noise reduction turned on. This is now with noise reduction turned on. M0DQW testing. M0DQW over.
Now, RF output levels, though, do seem to hold up to their advertised output, especially on the 70cm band with an output of around 8 watts. On the 1.25 meter band, the output does seem to be around 10 watts, which is kind of interesting, although my power meter doesn't specifically have a setting for the 1.25 meter band. Now, jumping down to the 2 meter band at around 145 MHz, we see an output of just under 8 watts. So again, not bad and very close to specification. So this radio has a wideband receiver going down to 18 MHz, but let's first try airband at around 130 MHz using AM, or amplitude modulation.
185, cheers, 5 Bravo, thank you.
London Hello, Griffin 5 Juliet Mike with descending flight level 130, speed 300 knots or more. Descend 110, route L2 Mayfield, Griffin 5 Juliet Mike.
Heading 155, FX left level 170, Alpine 45 Charlie, something. Left level 170. On morning airport, 1334, descending 130, but
Now that's not bad at all. Listening to airband on the GS-10B could be quite possible for a few hours. It didn't make my ears bleed, and it's actually quite clear and understandable. A lot better than some of the other radios that I've tested in the past. Let's now drop down to the CB band. Yep, I said it. CB band at around 27 MHz. And while it was difficult to hear some contacts, it still was able to receive some content. However, I did have my antenna split between my GS-10B and an SDR receiver. And well, the GS-10B was actually a trifle deaf compared to an SDR receiver down on those CB bands. But take a listen to this. Now, spurious emissions are always a hot topic, and as the GS-10B is supposed to literally be a tri-band radio, let's perform some tests. So on a 2 meter band with the radio set to low power, frequency of 145 MHz and a 60 dB attenuator in line with my tiny SA Ultra, things are not looking so good. Those second and third harmonics are a lot higher than we would really like to see here. Now up on the 70cm band, well, it's a different story. Only the fourth harmonic actually appearing, and that's around 45 dB down from that fundamental. So that's pretty much a pass. Okay, so let's just test the 1.25 meter band at around 220 MHz. And well, this is the result. A strange 8th harmonic reading of 43 dB down from that fundamental, but apart from that, it does actually seem to be pretty clean. Now I'll let you guys decide if any of those readings are good or not, specifically for your country, because it does actually vary which country you're in and the spurious emissions legal amount. Although to be fair, it's either the FCC or CE that we really want to worry about. Anyway guys, that's the Radioddity GS-10B, another handheld radio that's popped into the market for us to play around and spend our good hard-earned money on, or maybe not. If you do want to get one of these radios, I'll leave a link in the description where you can go and check it out. And if you use my code, you also get a bit of discount as well, and also earn me thousands and thousands of pounds in affiliate revenue. Only joking, if that happened, I would retire. Right guys, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.